We are live here on Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here in the heart of downtown Erie. And making his way from City Hall just a couple blocks is the mayor, Joe Schember. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I appreciate you being here. Sure. And you know, sunshine. I think about what we were doing last November, right? early December, digging out.
Yes.
We live for these days.
Yeah, we got to appreciate this for sure. Enjoy it. Keep enjoying it.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm thinking about all the different times I've seen you in the last month because I ran into you at the Barber Center Founders opening, obviously other events and things. What is it that is most enjoyable for you in these public events? Because you're a people person.
I am. And I love being around people and a chance to negotiate with people, to see them in where they're working or what they're doing. It really helps me understand what they're doing much better, which I really appreciate that. And I just, I love being around people and talking to them and having a good relationship. And I try to always have that.
Absolutely. And again, you'll be standing to get in the door here and somebody will reach out to you or ask you a question or whatever. It never fails, right?
Well, I mean, people stopped me on my walk down. There were 4 people that wanted a picture with me.
Is that right?
And I never say no to a picture. I'm always, it's okay, we can do the picture, sure. Wow. And they were very respectful the whole time, too. So.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't want to bury the lead that our city is in a moment here. It's painful.
Yes.
It's the shooting of Marcelo Woodard. And you're in a tough spot because you really don't have a role, right? Or do you?
No, the city has no role in this
investigation.
Because we weren't involved in it at all, and we are hoping it would get resolved relatively quickly. And we don't know what they're going to do. We haven't heard anything new from anyone, but it would be nice to get a resolution at least where they say, here's what happened and here's what we're going to do. Right. But I don't know how long that might be yet. I just have the feeling it's going to be a while yet, unfortunately.
I would imagine your law enforcement, your Chief Spizzarni and his folks.
Yes.
Communicated to the Pennsylvania State Police investigators, communicated to the Erie County detectives. I mean, because they were on the scene within moments.
Yes.
But they were called because of a shots fired.
That's right.
It was reported in or on the shot spotter, right?
That's exactly right. Yes. And they got there after everything was over.
Right.
And, yeah. And I think they helped some, but we don't really have a role now in what the discussions going on and what's going to happen. So.
And the DA's in a tough spot because she really can't say anything prematurely.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. Yeah, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it should be.
So, again, when you think about your leadership role, as the city that is hurting, what kind of encouragement or would you want to give?
Well, I want to be accessible to people and available to people to talk to. And I've talked some with the father of the man that was shot. And I want to be accessible to him and available to him and help in any way I can, especially once there's some announcement of what's going to happen or what did or didn't happen. And I want to be there to help him as well. He seems like a good man to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically you're a father to these citizens. Or at least a leader and a guider.
I could be a grandfather to someone.
You could be
too, because I'm old enough.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I mean it's a very it's not a firm thing that you can do, but you can be present. You're saying, I want to be present.
That's right. We'll listen, we'll talk. We're always open to that. If people are shouting and getting mad, that's not something I want to be part of.
Right.
But if they want to talk and be reasonable and hear what we think, I'm happy to do that.
When you came on, when you first started, I mean, the idea of helping the neighborhoods, helping race relations, huge on your priority list.
Yes. And I'm really proud of what we're doing in that area. We're working with about 1,700 different kids right now. And when I took office, we had, I think it was 2 police officers working with about 38 kids in one location. Now we have all these people that are all over Erie, and even some are into Mill Creek as well a little bit now. And we're working with them, and I think we're doing a great job of building great opportunities. We have 4 police officers now who basically spend most of their time working on this. And last week we had a week-long process. There was about 35 kids involved in that.
Okay.
And I went to the graduation, and it was really incredible to see how good that was. That's one of the things the city generally seems to be missing right now because of the other things that have happened and have their attention. But I think a lot of our kids are getting a lot of good things. There's still some problems that have occurred, and the last 2 public things that occurred in downtown, there were some problems, particularly after dark. And so I kind of want to keep those going, and we're still talking about that. There's some people that think they should just stop doing this for the rest of this year, and then hopefully next year they can pick it up again.
You're talking about the movies, or
yes.
They want to stop the movies, huh?
Because there's been 2 fights at them the last 2 times.
Oh,
too.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So I'd still like to talk it through with them. I think we have a meeting maybe next week to talk more about this, and I hope we can decide. Let's try it one more week.
Yeah.
And
are you feeling like that even with the police presence there, it's not a deterrence enough to have the kids stop from acting up? Or?
The way it was being done the last 2 weeks doesn't seem like it was enough, to be very honest.
Wow.
But we may need to change what we're doing a little bit. When we see a bunch of kids around the outside, which is kind of where these kids were, where the problems were. They weren't watching. They were just doing things around outside.
Roaming around.
And if so, and I think our police were kind of staying to themselves rather than being out in the group. That might be something better. Now, I'm not a police officer, so I can't tell them what to do, or I don't want to tell them what to do. They know a lot better what the right things to do are. But that's something I want to talk about with them. And
I would think that getting that kind of thing right, that kind of small event, getting it right for security is important, because you got Celebrate Erie coming up. You got other big events. And people need to feel comfortable that they're coming downtown, right? I mean,
I was at another event at the same time. It wasn't downtown. It was a concert, up in South Erie, and there was absolutely no problems at that. We had some police officers there too. They didn't have to do anything. They just kind of sat back, listened to the music, and so I think we can change it down here too. And I may be being overly optimistic or something, but that's something I want to try to do before we discontinue.
Yeah, you'd rather not, throw the baby out with the bathwater. If we can mitigate the issue.
That's a good way to say it. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Wow. The all right. So has this event, again, this unfortunate shooting by that parole officer, has that set our race relations back, do you think?
I don't believe it has. I mean, I think probably some people might feel that way, particularly some blacks that feel a certain way. But I don't think, long term, I don't think it really has, because we're still doing a lot of good things with their children, and as much as we can with them as well. And we're always open to. I'm always open to talking to people. Like, some people are amazed when they see me walking and they start saying something, and I stop and talk to them.
Sure.
That happened on the way down here today, and it was a really, really neat experience. And I know there could be some threats to me. It's never happened up to this point in my term as mayor, but I think everybody's kind of afraid of that. People are kind of afraid to see me out walking around.
I wonder about that, honestly. Your probable successor, Ms. Devlin, came on one of the shows, and I'm like, when are you going to get a detail?
Yeah.
And you've never had a detail, have you?
No, I haven't. Yeah. And
what like, you go to mayor's conferences or you talk to these guys? Do they? I mean, does the mayor of Newcastle have a detail, or Harrisburg?
I know a lot of them do.
They do,
tell
right?
you which one's true and which one's not, but a lot of them do. And personally, a couple times a week, I'll walk up and down State Street by myself, and people talk to me and say hi, and but I've never had a problem or an issue along the way.
Well, you're a big guy. You were a basketball player, right?
True.
Maybe it's the imposing, but I'm not sure that Daria can pull that off. I'm just saying, times are different.
True. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not talking about Erie. I'm talking about globally.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. 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 There are some things going on right now that I really don't like either. I mean, that it just seem bad to me. I just don't see why can't we all be open to each other, friendly to each other, and not yell at each other.
Right.
But
right.
I heard a lot of yelling at our last press conference.
At the city council meeting.
City council meeting, yes.
Is there anything about that you want to clear the air on? Or is there something that you said, they got that wrong, or, that was misrepresented?
Yeah. I mean, I know there was a lot of that kind of thing. I guess I don't have any specifics in mind to talk about. But I got yelled at probably 5 or 6 times along the way.
Right.
I just listened. But I never responded or said anything, and I'm never inclined to do that, to be honest.
Again, you're waiting for, and again, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're waiting for the investigation to be completed and to be available to have conversations in.
Absolutely, and they make a formal announcement what they've decided. Are they arresting anybody or not, or do they need to or don't they?
Right.
I don't know what the answers to that will all be. But we have to hear that first and then decide what to do going forward.
Do you think that that we could get together, we could sit down and maybe share a meal or share some time to just navigate this through?
Absolutely. I'm always open to that.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Again, last time you were here, we were talking about those people's dinners. I mean, that at that point, before COVID, COVID seemed to really kick the wind out of our sails in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But that was a very proactive, progressive approach.
Thank you. Yes.
You know what I mean?
It was. Yeah, I agree. And we haven't been able to start that back up again, unfortunately. But there's just so much going on. It's hard to do right now.
I understand. All right, we're talking to the mayor here. Let's take our first break. It's 4:18. We'll get into some of the other priorities here in 2025. For his honor from the 5th floor. It's Talk Erie. It's Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show with Mayor Joe Schember with us here. All right, Mayor, let's take a look. Again, I always ask you, what's keeping you up at night? And you always say, I sleep really good.
I do. I only get up to go to the bathroom once or twice a night. But other than that,
hey, you're doing better than me.
Okay.
But what's priorities? What are things that you're working on this? this summer and fall?
Okay, a big thing this summer is we're busy with our 814 concert series and our Sounds of Summer. We've got 2 of the 6 weeks done, and after this weekend, Sunday and Monday, we'll have half of them done, and it's really a neat experience. And we've had very good behavior at all of the concerts so far, and I hope that continues. And it's just a wonderful thing.
I mean, you're bringing the music right into the neighborhoods.
Yes,
I think that's super cool. Yeah.
And summers are very busy because of everything we're doing. And, you know, we kind of at the middle of October. We'll have, is that October? We're right out here.
August for Celebrate Erie.
August, yeah.
How's that all coming along? What are you hearing from Gabby?
Gabby is doing a very good job.
Yeah.
You know, she's new in that, and she's learning as well. But she's doing it. She's got 4 part-time people that are on, working with her as well, and they always have that. And so there's a lot to get done, and it's always a great experience. It's very busy, and there's a lot going on.
It is a huge lift.
It sure is
to put that event on. Oh my gosh.
Yes, and we're all looking forward to it, and looking forward to another great one this year.
Very cool.
Absolutely,
very cool.
absolutely.
So a lot of summer events and things. Yeah.
Yes, and in the fall we'll be preparing the 2026 budget. You know, and that's
when do you have to start on that?
We usually start on that August.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it has to be passed by the end of that year. And
so like the county executive by law has to present his county budget October 1st. Are you under the same kind of rules for the municipalities?
We always present in early November.
Okay.
And then they have input into it. They have questions, and
the council does.
Yes,
yeah.
We work with them closely, and because we want them to understand and believe in what we're doing. And we've been successful so far, and I'm hoping we can put something good together as well for this year.
There was always that back and forth on, do we have enough money? Don't we have enough money? Here we are. We're talking about 2026, and these dates, 2026, 2027, have been kind of in your, because you started the 5-year forward-looking approach, right?
And we're working on another one of those right now. Put it in,
for 2030 or 2029?
For 2026 to 2029. It'll be 2029. That's for we'll see. Actually, it may go to 30 for 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to that, and we hope that we can get a good buy-in from City Council as well as the new mayor.
Do you think that like how hard will it be to balance? Do you think?
Personally, I don't think it's going to be that hard.
All right.
I could be wrong, but I think we'll be able to do that. I know we still have a lot to talk about. We haven't really started even talking about this yet. There's a lot to work on, but I'm hoping we can come up with something that's very realistic. My goal would be not to have to increase taxes.
Right.
Whether we can do that or not, I don't know, because I haven't seen anything. But I think we have at least the opportunity to do that, and that's what I'd really like to see us do with it.
Do you anticipate? Like, are you, as you start thinking, again, you have, this is pretty early yet, but
yes.
Do you think that there might need to be some cuts or personnel? Again, I'm comparing it to what the county just announced, that they eliminated 72 positions that were unfilled, but they were sitting on the books. And I don't know, you're hiring, right?
Yes, we are. We're hiring, and we don't have that many to hire right now that we need to hire. I think there's still a few, but not.
Public safety?
Maybe there may be a total of 3 to 5 people that we still need to hire. But that would be no more than that for sure.
Interesting. So you're pretty set on the slots, if you will.
We're very happy with it, and we've got some really good people doing the work now. We're really pleased with that, and we want to keep that going.
Yeah, So you start working on the budget in the fall.
Yes.
Again, what other activities?
Another big thing for us is the public safety complex, which is at 2111 State Street.
Yeah.
We really need that because one of our areas is very dangerous right now for people to work in.
Is that the marsh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the marsh, yes. And
that's the old fire engineering plant kind of thing.
We've got to make some improvements there within the next month or so here, just to keep it safe. But we're hoping by about the middle of next year they could get moved into 2111 State Street, and that would be the first step. It would be a 3-step process to get that done. total cost is about $30 million. It's about roughly $10 million per step. And that's the first thing we want to get done. And then, of course, it'll really be up to the next mayor to decide what to do with the second and the third steps in this process.
Well, is that $30 million covered by ARP or from other federal funding? Or
we don't have a source for that yet. We've applied to get a $30 million grant that we have to repay over time. And we've paid down a lot of our debt, but we think we can afford to take that on and make payments on it then going forward. And I think that'll really help us if we can get everything done we plan to do there. It's really going to be good.
So did we use ARP money to acquire the building? I thought there was some involvement from the Fed.
Yes, we did have
bucket.
We did, and I can't remember off the top of my head exactly where it came from, but we did have some grant money that we were able to use to buy that.
Yeah. The again, one of the things that you brought with back in 2018 is a lot of grant income. You had the grant writer.
We've had over 120 million in grants, and we're still applying for grants. And
so you still have somebody that's on the job for that.
Absolutely. We got a couple people that are working on that, and then working to keep the grants up once we get them, that we use them right and report it right and all that stuff.
I mean, it made a difference in law enforcement. It made a difference in physical plant and so on.
Yes. We've also lowered the number of employees in our time.
Okay, you have.
Here. Yeah, quite significantly. And I don't know the exact number, the total. I would say, we've probably eliminated 30 to 50 employees, somewhere in that range, throughout all the city. Yeah. Things have gone from very high numbers to what we think are reasonable numbers. The police went down lower than we thought they should. So over time, we've brought them back up into the 190s, which they were down, I think, into the 170s for a while, which we thought, that's not working. And there's so much they're trying to do right now, and not just handle people that have committed crimes, but help people that are, as they grow, not to go to a life of crime, but to do something better.
Yeah, they have the crisis card again, and some of these other.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of input from people that want to help them, and want to do the right things moving forward. Wow. So we hope that can continue as well going forward.
So you're hoping to get some renovations going for State Street? Is that what you're thinking this fall?
They're already going.
They are going.
Out here. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That stuff is moving forward, and we've got money available for that. And pretty soon you won't be
you're talking about streetscapes. Yes, that's right.
Yes. You should have stuff going on out here.
I'll be celebrating. I'll text you, Mayor, when that light pole goes away right there in the corner of 5th and State.
Okay,
that looks very funky. I'll say, way to go, Mayor.
Okay.
It's Cheney. Is it not true? I mean, it's looking pretty rough. Yeah, we're ready for that light pole to go away.
Wow.
But
Wow.
It's the little things, Mayor. It's the little things.
Sure, absolutely.
We were talking to Mayor Joe Schember here. We're gonna take our news break at the bottom of the hour. We'll get caught up on some of the other things that are happening in our fine city here on this gorgeous July afternoon. He is His Honor, the mayor, with us here on Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show. It's Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're live from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here at 5th and State on a Friday. The mayor's with us. Mayor Joe Schember makes his way here to our 429 State Street studios. And Mayor, off the air, you were saying that that the city's getting involved in some new housing development. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I think we're hoping to get up 3 brand new houses by this year, and we've had about 9 people apply for that, and they have to throw some money in, but they're also getting help from us.
So
and,
who built, like somebody's building these? Your redevelopment authority, or
no? It'll be a private builder.
Okay,
and it could vary depending on the location and the people involved. But we think that's going to really be a good thing and make Erie a better place for everyone. And we're hoping this is like a test, and then next year and the year after, I'm hoping the administration in those 2 years and going forward can even do more and more of that, based on our experience the first 3 years.
Kind of like an accompaniment to Love Your Block, where they're fixing up homes and helping.
Yes.
Here it's like, okay, we're going to do new homes.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
start re-upping the housing stock. That's been one of the complaints that I hear, is that when you're trying to attract a young family, you got to have something to show them.
Yes, absolutely. And we've done a lot of fixing up of existing housing too, and tearing down of existing housing that can't be fixed up.
Right.
So we've done a lot of that. But now we're going in a different direction, and I'm really pleased with.
That's absolutely. What are you hearing from? Because there's been several announcements about the different phases of code enforcement. Just kind of that crackdown on junk removal and trash, I mean,
yes,
there's been a lot of effort toward that end, and my understanding is, like, even in my neighborhood up by Bakersfield, they filled a couple of big dumpsters.
Yes, this year we started doing code sweeps.
Code sweeps, okay.
Where we're going into different areas of the city. We've been to 4 of the zones so far, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And we're in the northern part of Zone 8. And we'll probably still be in there through the end of July here. And then in August, we're hoping to start working on Zone 1. And we've had 187 violations that were reported to these people, and we gave them 2 weeks to clean it up. Or we were going to come in and do it, and then they would be charged about $1,401.27 because that's what it costs.
That's exactly what it costs.
If we have to hire somebody. So we've seen 187 violations so far, and only 4 properties do we have to go in and fix it ourselves.
Wow.
So we're really pleased with how people are responding to it and getting it done. And they may have to pay some money to get things done, or at least do some things to get things done, get that stuff out of But we're really pleased with how it's going forward, and we want to keep this going forward. Once we've gotten to every neighborhood in Erie and improved them, we'll keep going. Our idea then, of course, this will be probably after I'm done as being as mayor, but the goal is to keep going back and looking at it. And if you see something that shouldn't be there, tell the homeowner you got 2 weeks to get that out. Otherwise, we're going to have to take it, and then you're going to have to pay $1,400+.
Yeah, you don't want that trash accumulating at the curb for no reason.
That's right, absolutely. It really is a downgrade to that whole neighborhood to have stuff like that out that shouldn't be there, but still is.
The intensity of it is kind of going toward the concept of keeping short accounts. The Mayor Giuliani, broken window theory, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's really very good point. And we've put a lot of money into this too. I think about $2.9 million in community development initiatives, and another $2.9 million in supportive housing for those experiencing chronic homelessness. So we're not opposed to putting money into it, but we also need the homeowners to not put things out that shouldn't be out, and get them away somewhere. Don't even keep them in your house if they're bad or they're not good. Get rid of them.
A lot of people and council went through and did the renters. What is it called? The renters Bill of Rights, right?
Okay.
And what we were hearing from landlords is, okay, we want to make sure, and we're required by, the BIU inspections, that the rental inspection system, to keep certain things, clean and safe, and but but it was a deterrent, or it was a disincentive when you had a landlord who keeps up their property and the single family home right next door is falling down.
Yes.
And so what this has done is kind of at least try to start bringing up and leveling the playing field.
Yes.
So that the landlords, will be incentivized to keep their buildings up, and that the homeowners will do their part too.
Absolutely. Every homeowner we want thinking about this and running their home and their area the way they should, and keep it good and clean.
Yeah. Do you get a sense, again, I think about the breadth of your experience, from the bank and so on. Mm-hmm. Should there be more building going on in Erie, like in the city? Wouldn't that solve a lot of some of our issues?
I'm hoping this is the beginning of it this year.
These three
new
homes,
houses, and there are some other things that are happening along State Street and that, with buildings being remodeled for people to move in there, and hopefully we can be doing that on Upper State and the 2100 block there very soon as well.
Oh yeah, you've got that going on. So you're happy with code enforcement. You're happy with the code sweeps and things.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
doing very good work. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Just got a couple more minutes left. Talk about again. Probably the next time we talk to you, we'll be in the middle of Celebrate Erie, and between now and then, what do you think? Will be priorities for you?
Well, we're really busy with everything we got going on now for the next month or so.
Yeah,
and I'm out at least 3 times a week in the evenings attending things now, which of course my family gets mad at me for not being.
It was
home.
so nice to see Rhonda at the Barber Center. Yeah, that was cool.
Yes, she's doing well and still putting up with me.
she sure is.
Yes,
that's awesome. Well,
thank you.
Well, Mayor, thank you so much for taking the time. Any last words to the folks? I mean,
I just want to thank you for having me on. I really enjoy the time with you and the questions, and it makes me think about things too, which I really, really appreciate. So keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. It is so important for our leaders to be heard, to have their hearts, to be able to share their hearts in an uncomplicated, unhurried way.
That's nice.
But the other part of this is that it allows folks that may not necessarily, like your policies or whatever, to maybe have a second thought about it. It's like,
absolutely.
Well, this is what he's really intending with this idea here.
Yeah. That's one thing I always do. I listen to everybody that will talk to me.
Yeah.
And I, at first, if I don't disagree, if I don't agree with what they're saying, I try to listen and understand it. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll compromise, or sometimes I won't change. Sometimes I'll say, I never thought of what you're saying, but I really like that. I think I'm going to go back and talk to my people about it and see if we can do that. Right. So it's a good experience, and I really, really enjoy it.
All right. Thank you. Mayor Joe Schember here on Talk Erie on a Friday.